book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 5. And our power saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Okay, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Agams that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole field elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And in this lesson, I just want to get how we live in a fallen world, you know, not to be victimized by righteousness, man. All right, don't let righteousness victimize you, you see? So in other words, because we live in a fallen world, it's gonna be hard to walk perfect before the Lord. Because we understand the way things are in the world are turned upside down, the people point of views, and you have to understand that, you know, as a man of the Lord, you know, you don't want to be over righteous much, neither shall you be wicked, you see, because this world will have you with an idea in your head, well, we're committing, if all our women are hoes, we're all committing adultery anyway, so would it matter that I not fornicate? You know, sometimes your mindset will go to that. Oh, everybody lying anyway, and just continue to lie. All right, it's not. You know, everything is in place for wisdom, and because we're in a fallen world, they're not going to uphold the standards in which the world which we are fallen, or the grace we are fallen from. You know, that we used to follow our godly traditions, you see. And what we mean by a fallen world, you know, when you go into that word world, you know, obviously, you know, you got you know, the cosmos, all right, that you'll use, and that's the world in which, you know, that's the world in which, you know, we all are in an order arrangement. And in that ordered arrangement is Israel, all right? We also in the fallen world of Israel, which was given the law, statutes, and commandments. So now, because the godless, most hated forsakers of the Heavenly Father have taken control, they set a direct attack against our law, statutes, and commandments, that we may fall from it. You see? And then they already uphold left-hand Satanism, sinister work, which sinister mean left hand, I believe. Left hand means sinister, all right, which goes against, is the adversary of the Most High, which caused the world which they live in, you know, the Archimany, the whole inhabited earth, to fall under the rule of thumb of wickedness. You see? And that's why the Lord ended the earth at 4. But when I read that, we started to go away from the ways of our forefathers, you know, in righteousness, and that's why the Lord was pissed off, man. That I read in Genesis. You see? So now corruption is flourishing at this final date and time, which have caused us to live in a fallen world. So living in a fallen world, we got to have a mindset that we cannot live by the law, statutes, and commandments how we would. Certain things we can't do, all right? We can only keep it according to, you know, what we should do unto our brothers. You know, we can still keep that, all right, and amongst other things. But when you look around the world, all right, it's going to be real hard for you to measure everything in righteousness, seeing we're in a fallen world. All right, you know, you want your family to stop eating pork, you know, this or, you know, whatever the case may be. All right, you'll make yourself an enemy, all right, or you'll become an enemy to the world, because we already enemies to the world, but you'll become more of an enemy to the world, because what you're trying to do is establish righteousness when people have established their own righteousness. Let me get that, all right? And that's the meat of the matter, all right? That people have established their own righteousness. And that's in this world. In this world, uphold that. See? Look at that, all right? Yeah, this Romans 10:3. For they being ignorant of our powers righteousness, see, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. See? And that's why I got this queued up right here. You know, this is why they're in a fallen world. See, it says in Christian theology, a fallen world is a world corrupted by sin due to the rebellion of the first humans, Adam and Eve. All right, and now it says that from given from our youth, you know, man have been upon evil. All right, but now that evil is heightened at its highest of its highest. You see? All right, let me see. Evil from youth, real quick. Bear with me. Yeah. This is Sirach 17:16. Every man from his youth is given to evil. You see? Neither could they themselves make to themselves fleshly hearts of stone. So, since from Adam, all right, you know that malignant root of the sin has been in people, and now that has increased greatly. All right. That's why you can't let the ways of the world kind of hold you down, man. You see? Because it'll break your spirit. Because people not gonna do right. Even though we know righteousness, people not gonna do right. That's why it vexes. All right? You see? People don't want to do right, man. This second Ezra 14. So you can't let it vex your heart out. Right? All you gotta do is worry about those who, one second. Those who's given into their righteousness, man, who have submitted themselves into the Heavenly Father by knowledge. You know? Because a lot of people don't know the Lord, you know, they're ignorant to the Lord knowledge. And they believe that they themselves know. This second Ezra 14:14. Let go of thee. I'm going to start at 13. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as in trouble. And renounce corruption. You see? Because this is about corruption. He said, he told David in Psalm 16 that I would not, you know, leave thy soul in hell to see corruption. You see? And this is hell on earth. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, because corruption bring weak nature, wickedness, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. See, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. You see? And that's why in Genesis 6:6 it says, and they repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. See? So the Lord had prepared to destroy the earth, and he's doing it again. He's about to do it again. All right? This Psalms 16 and 10 and 11, it says, start at 9. Therefore my heart is glad and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. See? Thou wilt show me the path of life, and thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. But he not going to leave us to suffer to see corruption, man. See? Corruption, infidelity is what? Is rampant, very rampant in the world, man. You know, but this work rotted away. This fashion is passing away. You see? Get that. Get out of here. This is a rot. 14. As wickedness come, wickedness go. And 17. It says, all flesh waxeth old as a garment, for the covenant of the beginning is, thou shalt die to death, because from the beginning we all sinned. You know, we sinned, the sin, the malignant root in it, man, the wickedness that it brought, all right, and what it sprung forth. As of the green leaves on a thick tree, some fall and some grow. So is the generation of flesh and blood, one cometh to an end and another is born. But every work rotted and consumed away, and the work of thereof shall go with all. So that's what corruption do, right? So that's why this corruption, these bodies we in must put on incorruptions, so we could get those fleshly hearts, man. All right, that we may establish incorruption. All right, as the Most High say, incorruption is near the Most High. So once we get those laws, statutes, and commandments in our inward part, right, we'll be near the Most High by way of incorruption. So I don't want to write this out. It was edifying, man. Till next time I say shalom.